This is China, but 4,400 kilometers from Beijing, and near the borders the country shares with Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan. This is Kashgar, and if the faces are unfamiliar, un-Chinese, it is because the people here belong to a Turkic Muslim ethnic minority known as the Uyghurs.
The market in Kashgar has a history going back 2,000 years. It was a major stop on the Silk Road, and as you can see, not much has changed.
But things are about to, fast. The old alleyways have already made way for new buildings, and across the city is a new market, this one just a few years old. From here, it's very clear China is gearing up for a major modernization of Kashgar and bringing along Chinese pioneers to supply the construction material needed to make the change. Zhou Yeyu traveled 4,000 kilometers from southwestern China to settle here.
State television advertised Kashgar as the second Xinjiang, so I thought I'd come over here and take a look for myself and try my luck.
Bigger industries are also part of the plan. This dairy company is one of the city's most successful businesses, and with the support of the government, will soon get much bigger.
Because of this new economic plan, we've been paired up with a successful firm in Shenzhen for further expansion.
At the facility, many of the workers are Uyghurs, and that's what China claims it would like to see. Businesses benefiting the local population. But there's worry that a lot of the new enterprises will only enrich ethnic Han Chinese, the new out-of-towners, and the country's ethnic majority. Back at the Sunday bazaar, Uyghur herders haggle over livestock. At $150 a head, the animals are a valuable commodity. Lots of money changes hands, but the profit margins are thin, and it remains a tough business. There is very little indication here that life will change anytime soon. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera, Kashgar in western China.
For more on China's efforts to develop Xinjiang's economy, I'm now joined live from Hong Kong by Jeff Crothole, and he's a researcher at the China Labour Bulletin. Thanks for joining us. These special economic zones that was talking about here, what actually have they done to when it comes to social conflicts within these regions?
Well, the special economic zones in China are actually 30 years old already. The original 4 special economic zones on the southern coast of China have helped really develop that economy very quickly. But the key social problems have been caused by the massive influx of migrants to those regions. If you just look at the population figures for Shenzhen, for example, which is perhaps the best known special economic zone, only 2 million people in Shenzhen actually have a residency card that says they're Shenzhen citizens. And then there are 12 million others who are migrant workers who have no automatic access to social welfare, education or healthcare.
But what does the government do about this? Is there any plan to ease these social tensions?
The central government is trying to reduce the discrepancy between the indigenous people, if you like, and the migrants. But the problem is that they're not providing any central government funding to do that. It all has to be done by the local governments in Shenzhen and Zhuhai, and so it's these local governments will decide on the social measures that they can implement based on their financial viability, and very often there's not the money to go around.
Looking at the pictures we see here about the tensions and the violence that this has caused, what do you think will be, if we look further here, if we look into the development and future, the nearest months, what will happen according to you?
Are you talking specifically in Kashgar?
Yes, I thought of Kashgar, yeah. Or can you make a comparison with Kashgar and the other provinces? Or is Kashgar unique?
Well, I think it's very... I think Kashgar is very different from the other special economic zones because of the ethnic tensions that exist there. In Shenzhen, basically, it was a small minority of Han Chinese living in Xinjiang, and then a vast flood of Han Chinese migrants coming in. Now you have Uyghurs are the ethnic population in Kashgar, and they are going to be, if Kashgar actually takes off as a special economic zone, going to be subject to a flood of migration from Han Chinese as well, because it's always the Han Chinese migrant workers who are going to build the new office buildings, build the new factories, and probably work in those factories as well.
Thank you very much.
And that clearly is going to... Okay.
Sorry,
and that clearly is going to create further tension in the future.
Thank you very much. Sorry for interrupting you there. We had with us live from Hong Kong, Jeff Crothall. Thank you very much.